Hey everyone, Zeddy here again. Today the brand new video, and yesterday we went over the best 5 standard decks so far during the Darkmoon Faire, and I'm ready to recommend my 5 top wild decks as well. Of course, with 2 honorable mentions. Again, it's 7 decks, but top 5 because reasons. And yeah, if you thought the meta wasn't shifted at all for the most part in standard, well, it's shifted even less in wild. So let's dive into the excitement that is the wild meta after the new cards have been added. So let's start off with number 5, a brand new crazy archetype in Odd Paladin. So Odd Paladin actually got quite a few new cards this set, making the deck reasonably stronger. We have Lothaxian the Redeemed, giving your recruits Divine Shield for the rest of the game. We have Carnival Barker buffing your recruits by +1/+2. And we also have Oh My Yogg, the new secret that basically helps counter any spell, like whether it be a Defile, Psychic Scream. You can just disrupt AoEs really well. It does a pretty good job, and the rest is the same old thing. You summon a bunch of Silverhand recruits, click the button, you buff them, you buff them, you buff them, and you kill your opponent, and you win. Or you don't, because you queued into priests and they Psychic Scream you. But yeah, this deck hasn't changed a heck of a lot. It's just the new cards are pretty strong. Are they strong enough to really put it past top 5? I don't think so, but it's a very solid deck. Unfortunately, the newer cards to add in are pretty expensive. I think Oh My Yogg is an epic, Lothaxian is legendary, but Carnival Barker, probably the strongest of the new cards, except for maybe Oh My Yogg, is a bit cheaper. But yeah, Odd Paladin, definitely a very good deck, and has enough new stuff to probably make it a little bit more engaging than maybe some of the rest here. At number 4, we have Reno Warlock, another brand new archetype popping up in Darkmoon Faire. This deck I'm highlighting here runs one new card, Ticketus. Everything else is the same. But Ticketus definitely does give Reno Warlock an even bigger edge against any of the slower decks. Reno Warlock is already a pretty decent pick against priests, people running like Sir Finley and Grizzle Wizard, but with Ticketus, it's not really as necessary. You Ticketus and you basically just blow up your opponent's deck, and you don't have to like steal their hero power or anything like that to beat the priest for the most part. You have healing and all that, and of course you can beat aggro. You have, you know, your early game AoEs. You have Reno, Jackson, Zephrys, Kazakis, and your late game in Gul'dan, N'Zoth for, you know, all the bigger matchups. And yeah, people have had some success. I have a list here from the wild meta, as well as Frobro's done very well. And yeah, Reno Warlock is a very budget-friendly deck with only about 50% of the cards being legendary. So if you're really budget-conscious, you might want to go Reno Warlock. Just kidding. But anyways, yeah. If you do happen to be a whale like me and have a bunch of these cards, definitely slam the Reno Warlock. It's definitely doing some work right now, and it's a lot of fun to play. And, you know, it shows off how much money you've spent on the game. Number 3, we have yet another new archetype popping up here, and that is Aggro Druid. Yes, Aggro Druid is in the game. We have Embiggen. We have all of our early game. This deck caps out at 3 mana. It's Savage Roar. It's fueled by Voracious Reader drawing your deck. And there is one whole new card from the expansion in here, and that is Safety Inspector, because it's a 1-mana 1/3 that draws a card. And you don't really care about what you're throwing away, especially after you Embiggen, you get a buffed minion. That's nice, but overall, you're just slamming early game, trying to buff it up, go face with Savage Roar and win the game. Super hyper-aggressive aggro deck. It's just really, really good. It wins a lot of games, especially fast. If you're looking for that quick climb, Aggro Druid is the way to go. And if you have the deck before, you really don't have to add anything to it because it's basically the exact same deck. At number 2, we have Dark Glare Warlock, yet another new archetype popping up in the expansion. And this list we're featuring here that got rank 1 legend features absolutely no new cards. So that's pretty exciting, but it's a really good deck. It's like the second best deck from this expansion. Wild power level is just so extreme, the synergies are so high that sometimes cards don't make the needle move. Things just change, and this deck is extremely good. It is extremely powerful, and if you pilot this very well, you can just absolutely scam games. And of course, it's built around Dark Glare. You're playing all your self-damaging stuff, and then you cheat a bunch of mana, you slam down Flesh Giant, Molten Giant, Loatheb, and you win the game. And you have some reach with like Power of Overwhelming, Soulfire, Leroy, Enhance Mechano can give your stuff like Wind Fury. And yeah, that's the deck. It's really powerful. It's one of the best. And I do hope that it gets adjusted at some point, because Dark Glare was a problem before when it was nerfed, and it still seems to be a problem now. It creates these uninteractive games, and we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Reno Warlock is still one of the best decks in Wild. Next are our honorable mentions. So first, we'll list one of the other brand new archetypes popping up in Wild, and that's Secret Mage. Yes, we have Secret Mage that, got a couple new cards. They got a 4-mana 8/8, so, you throw Occult in there. That's busted. And then you got Sage, it's a 6 mana that draws your deck, which is pretty good. Some people have cut Alaneth for it, like I had predicted might happen, because yeah, it's better tempo, you get a 5/5, and you don't necessarily deck yourself over a bunch of turns, and, you draw your 0 mana 5/5s and play them right away, and you don't necessarily need Alaneth on top of that. But some people run both, some people only run Alaneth. At the same time, the deck just functions the same. You cheat secrets, you cheat minions, you burn your opponent out, you win games. Secret Mage, really good deck, really brand new. And our last honorable mention is yet another new archetype in Big Priest. Yes, Big Priest is back, baby. It's everybody's favorite deck, and as I predicted, palm reading has really brought it back to the forefront. Basically, you're able to cheat out your Shadow Essence. You're able to cheat out your removal stuff a heck of a lot quicker. And yeah, palm reading enables that. You also have Blood of G'huun, which is an insane card. It's that 9 mana 8/8 taunt that basically casts Shadow Essence every turn. And you just cheat it out, you summon stuff, you win the game. I'm highlighting a list here that got top 10 legend pretty early on in the expansion. It's probably going to be more refined lists out there, but I thought it was kind of an interesting take with Sphere of Sapience thrown in there for a little bit of spice. But basically, the only new cards are Blood of G'huun, palm reading, cheat some mana, summon some big stuff, bring it back over and over, and get a lot of angry friend requests because people really still do not like Big Priest. But hey, if you want to go slam some Big Priest, give it a go. It's definitely doing some work. And at number 1, the best deck in Wild, big surprise, yet another brand new archetype, Reno Priest. Yes, Reno Priest is the best deck yet again. And Reno Priest really hasn't changed a heck of a lot. There's basically 2 new cards in there. We have palm reading because yes, it's just busted. You discover a spell, but you discount all your stuff. You can discount Scream, Hysteria, whatever, and plus what you get from palm reading. And then you have Insight, which just tutors out minions, and especially in Raza Priest, your minions are so powerful because they're basically all battle cry and combo enabling. You can hit Raza, you can hit Spawn of Shadows, Polkel, all that good stuff. Even if you don't get the corrupt ability and cheat out, it just doesn't matter. You're just drawing cards, and that's really good. But yeah, Reno Priest is just the best deck. It warps the entire Wild meta. It's very powerful. Slam Polkel, draw your combo, kill your opponent with Spawn of Shadows, and just win games. It's Reno Priest, Reno Warlock, and Aggro Druid are definitely the top 3 decks still, before and after the expansion came out. They warp the meta, they're the best decks in the meta, and if you're not playing them, it feels like you're playing at a disadvantage, so give them a go. Fortunately, this expansion just hasn't really made the Wild meta any more interesting for the most part, outside of probably like lower ranks where people try and have a bit more fun. So maybe we'll see, hopefully, some balance changes when the next balance changes go live, that Wild will get hit in some way, because it is getting pretty stagnant. And it's kind of sad to have to give you guys 7 of the best decks, and they're like all the same as before. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.